Alright, so I am heading out. I knew it was going to be kind of a painful process to get my stuff back together and figure out what I need to keep and what I need to get rid of. And it was. So I didn't do a great job of it either because I still brought way too much stuff. It's way too heavy, and then I had to walk. I didn't have to, but I decided to walk like all the way across town and in order to charge my phone because it was at like 20%, and you know, so a little bit of a rough departure here, but my stuff's packed up now, so I should just be able to start hitchhiking whenever I can. Alright, I'm in Yuma now. It's kind of interesting. I've been seeing like the same sites over and over again for the last 3 months. Now I'm in somewhere new, and it's a little bit of a shock. I need to get used to it again. But you know, we'll get there. I need to go west to El Centro, and then there's a bus that goes up north to Slab City. I'll just go see that real quick, and I'm meeting up with I don't know his real name. I think his name is Forrest or something. I'm gonna go meet up with this guy I've been talking to on Instagram. He's in Tucson right now, and we're gonna explore some train hopping. And he gave me some tips on getting out of here as well, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm not doing any of that right now, I don't think. Probably I'll be getting on this on-ramp right here and just hitchhiking a little bit west. One thing I wonder about sometimes in areas like this is, what did this place look like before people came in and bulldozed it all flat? Because you get this, you know, grass, but you know, obviously this plot of land was totally bulldozed at one point. Probably had stuff growing on it at some point, and the stuff that you see here now is just the stuff that grew back. But before all this stuff got demolished, there's probably a whole ecosystem here with all kinds of plants and animals that had been growing together for, you know, hundreds of years, and it probably looked pretty different to this. Well, that was a very, very cold night. It's much colder here than it was in Yuma. I think I looked at the weather and it's dipping down to freezing, not quite below freezing, but down to about freezing at night. And my gear is just not cut out for that. So I need a new sleeping bag at a minimum. I really could use a new tent too. I'm just in this weird little corner here. Not too far from where I jumped off the train. But you know, other than that, everything seems like it went pretty well. I'm gonna go find some coffee and get warmed up, and then figure out where I'm going from there. Alright, I have warmed up, got some coffee, got some food, feel okay. A little tired still because I didn't sleep well, but we'll make it work. So before I go meet up with Forrest, I'm going to go walk around downtown a little bit because I'm pretty close right now, so I might as well. And I've not seen downtown Tucson before. It seems pretty nice so far, so I'm gonna go do that, and then I'm gonna go meet up with Forrest. I've been running down the road trying to loosen my load. I got 7 women on my mind. 4 that wanna own me, 2 that wanna stone me. 1 says she's a friend of mine. Take it easy, take it easy. Don't let the sound of your own wheels drive you crazy. Lighten up while you still can. Don't even try to understand. Just find a place to make your stand. Take it easy. I was standing on the corner in Winslow, Arizona. Such a fine sight to see. A woman, my lord, in the flatbed Ford slowing down to take a look at me. Time on, baby, don't say maybe. I need to know if your sweet love's gonna save me. 'Cause we may lose and we may win, and we may never be here again. So I'm up, I'm dropping in. Take it easy. Alright, that's Tucson. I think Tucson's pretty cool. It's like, you know, there's a college town, there's a college in town. I don't know if I'd call it a college town because it's a bigger city than that. But it definitely gives it some flavor. Feels like, you know, young and energetic. So now I'm going to go up to the north side to meet up with Forrest up there. And yeah, honestly I don't know, like, I guess the gem show is coming up in like a week, so I can kind of stick around for that, but it's still like way too early to be going anywhere. I mean, if it's this cold in Arizona, it's still going to be pretty damn cold in the rest of the country. Way too damn cold. So I can't really move anywhere yet. I'm just kind of, you know, wandering around Arizona while I wait for the winter to be over. I'm sure there'll be some more stuff that comes up. I'll try and find things to do, keep it interesting. One thing I've definitely noticed is there are a lot of saguaros out here, including some really big ones. They say it takes 100 years for a saguaro to grow its first arm. So how old does that make this one? In fact, I don't know if that's one saguaro, that might be 2. Either way, these must be some pretty old habitats right here. Like I was talking about yesterday with the habitats in Yuma. I don't think Yuma looked exactly like this, but it might have looked something like that. I thought that cactus was growing into the tree. It kind of is. Anyway, I'm just going up here. All the saguaros out there too. Cool place. I like Tucson. I like the whole area there. It's a nice place. Alright, so I've been hanging out here in Marana, I guess is what this suburb is called, with Forrest. I've been calling him Forrest. I'll just keep calling him Forrest for now. How about that? I'm bad with names. He was also traveling with a young kid named Gavin. I'm going to get them on camera at some point. I still don't know how to approach filming people in a YouTube video. I mean, they both said they're okay with it, but I just don't know. I literally don't know how. Like, at what point do I pull out my camera and start filming? So, anyway, at some point I'll figure that out. But one of the main things we've been doing here is flying signs, which is something I usually don't do, because it's humiliating and dehumanizing. But it is like, I've come to the conclusion, after doing a bunch of other stuff, that it's pretty much the only consistent way to make money out here. Even YouTube, like, I've been lucky that my YouTube channel has consistently made me money, but that's not like a guarantee. And it's also like in order to make money off of YouTube, I have to be making YouTube videos, first of all, which is something I haven't been doing that much lately. And in order to make YouTube videos, I have to be doing something interesting. But then the thing that kind of sucks is, the more interesting the video, it doesn't necessarily correlate with how much money you're going to make off of it. I mean, I'm sure there's some kind of like thing you could figure out, like, people click on these types of videos more. I mean, there's a couple things that I know get more views than others, but again, even like more views does not really correlate to more donations. So it's kind of inconsistent, and I don't enjoy YouTube as much when it's my main form of income. So I think if I can figure out how to do other stuff like flying signs, make money that way, have that security blanket, then I can make YouTube videos more whenever I want to and however I want to, instead of trying to put them up on a super consistent schedule and all that. Yeah, anyway. The other thing I've noticed is that I just got kicked off by a cop, and it's just funny to me how, like, there's really no way of making money that isn't somewhat illegal, or like at least will get you harassed by cops. Like, you know, busking, you get kicked out constantly. Flying signs, you get kicked out occasionally. It's way better, but occasionally. And then, like, I don't know what else there is, like selling trinkets and stuff, probably get kicked out for soliciting or something. It's just they don't make it easy to make money out here, man. When you're homeless, the world is against you. You gotta take what you can get, and you gotta, like, that's why I gotta stop feeling so bad about just straight up flying signs and panhandling, because, like, the world's against you anyway, man. Like, you gotta do what you can, and panhandling is the best way to make money. I may not like it, but it's the best. So funny enough, right after I recorded that, I decided, since I got kicked out of the on-ramp, I'd just go play my ukulele somewhere. So I came over to this gas station over here. I'm just sitting, like, at one of the exits. It's not even a particularly busy exit, but started playing some music, and I think I made like $15 just sitting here for, like, I don't know, 15-20 minutes. So, and it's a lot more fun. It's so much more fun to play music than it is to just sit there with a sign, and you're basically trading your dignity for money at that point. Which, I mean, like I said, sometimes that's just a fair trade. But I got lucky with this spot right here, I guess. You know, busking's great when it's good. When busking's good, it's good. When it's bad, it sucks. You get kicked out of everywhere. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still figuring stuff out. I'm, you know, figuring out the differences and the similarities between things. Homelessness increased 18% in the US last year. We are losing the world's respect. Indifference doesn't solve the problem. Lo siento, I'm sorry, I don't know what to do. If that isn't the saddest sign I've ever seen. I don't know if I've seen a cactus like this before. It's got a weird, like, almost a trunk, and then like a cholla type thing at the top. I think these might be the jumping chollas, where they fucking, like, eject themselves out at you if you touch them. Well, I don't know when this happened, but it must have been sometime yesterday, because I was playing this yesterday and now it's fucking broken. Good timing too, because the fucking zipper also broke off. The tab on the zipper broke off, which makes this almost impossible, and it's jamming up all over the place. Man, rest in peace ukulele, man. That's sad. I don't think there's any saving it. That is fully sheared off. Well, no more busking for me. I guess I'm a panhandler now. Well, today fucking sucked. You know, broke my ukulele, and then I went out onto the this place to panhandle, and one of the first things that happened is I got somebody gave me some money, and then the person behind them shouted out of their big pickup truck, "Don't give him money, get a job." And so that kind of set the tone for how that went. I was out there like an hour and I made maybe $15, but it's just like taking emotional damage in exchange for money, which if the money was good, that would be fine. But when the money's not good, then it's just like, what the hell am I doing out here? And now I don't even have the option to busk. So I guess that's just what I'm going to be doing from now on. I just noticed that these barrel cactus out here, they all seem to be pointing towards the sun, which is kind of fun. I didn't know they did that. I'm out here at this spot, back behind the Walmart in Green Valley. And I just noticed there's a whole lot of rocks laying around. There's some like vaguely interesting stuff. There's a lot of this kind of like basic quartz. Might even be quartzite. But I have found a few interesting pieces. This one looks like it wants to be an agate. It's not really, I think it's chert, but it wants to be an agate. And then these guys, I don't know what to call this exactly, but it's got this color to it. Almost looks like turquoise. Maybe it is shards of turquoise. But I got this whole wash right here I can kind of pick through. So I'm just going through and looking at stuff. Most of it's not too interesting, but there's some little gems here and there. Some of these rocks just have kind of a cool color to them. Not sure how well it shows up on camera, but that's like a bright red in person. It's got some interesting streaks going through it. Get a big chunk of that and you cut it up into some slabs. It might be interesting. Some interesting green. Seems like it's just on the surface. I've seen a couple of these out here. This one's got a really gnarly texture to it. All those little bubbles and stuff. And it's really red. I bet it's probably iron. And there's like something in some of these little pockets. It's kind of shiny. I can't tell what it is, but the sun's not out right now, so it's a little tough too, but something in between there is kind of shiny. I can't tell if it's metallic or if it's like quartz, but something in there. Yeah, my hands are getting a little full of rocks here, but that, I think it's definitely an agate. If you cleaned it up, because most of it is, can't really see anything, but right there where it's kind of fractured, you can kind of see in there. It's pretty clear. And then, look at that guy. It's all crumbly and stuff, but you can see all that blue. You can see all that blue on this one. In fact, it's got it down the sides and stuff too. I can't tell how much because it's all dirty, but that one's a little bigger than I want to pick up, but it goes to show there's plenty of that stuff around here. It's not every rock, but there's some interesting stuff. There's my total haul there. These are all the agate-y, cherty bits. These are all the colorful, I want to say turquoise bits. Although that doesn't really look like turquoise. It looks like something, but it's not turquoise, I don't think. And then there's just kind of like interesting looking, like this one's kind of neat, right? It's sparkly and it's got these veins. And then that one, yeah, that texture is really something. I don't know what this is. On my Glenwood Springs video, somebody was like, oh, don't touch that, that's got poisonous chemicals in it. Which, I don't think it was this exact sort of thing, but it makes me think a little bit. But this is really unique. So I do think that's quartz in between. And then these little dots are red. Like that right there. It's probably hard to see on camera, but you can see that little banding. So that's like agate. That's basically agate right there. Interspersed between whatever this red bubbly rock is. Everywhere you go out here, you get these little freaking sticky bits of cactus on you. Last night I went, I was in a bad spot, but I was just like, oh, I'll just crash here for the night. I didn't even set up my tent or anything, but I was fighting those little stickers all night. Just like, ow, oh, grab that one, ow, grab that one, ow, grab that one. This spot right here shouldn't have that many of them. I was just walking around, that's where that one came from, but you know, there's a lot of cactus out here. I don't know if you noticed. Turns out there is actually the slightest bit of rain today. It's you wouldn't even really think it to look at the sky, but just a little bit. And then later tonight there's supposed to be a bunch. Well, I don't know about a bunch. It still said like less than half an inch total, so it shouldn't actually rain that hard, but I'm a little worried because I need to find a better weather app. It really doesn't give me the full picture. I never know if it's gonna like storm or if it's just gonna rain a little bit. It's gonna be scattered showers and maybe it doesn't even hit us, you know, all of those things. For all you motherfuckers who say that I don't ever work, I'm lazy. I got offered to do some work for somebody as I was panhandling out in Green Valley, and I'm sitting here digging this ditch for a couple hours. We're getting somewhere. I'm almost done with it, I guess, but let that go to show. I'm not lazy. All right, there's just you know, sometimes some mental blocks, but when I have work, I do it. I've actually been finding a bunch of cool agates out here, weird shapes in them and stuff. Look at this one. I mean, I assume these are all agates. I don't know what else it would be. There's these cool ones with the bubbles. Like, I don't know how this stuff gets formed, but it's very interesting to look at. And I think it's even more interesting in person. You can see all the little details and stuff. So, I have done a pretty terrible job of filming things the last few days. There's been a lot happening, and, you know, I haven't been the best at keeping up with it. So, I met up with Brian, who I've been referring to as Forrest. But his name's Brian, and he was traveling with Gavin. And I was hanging out with them, and I was like, well, we're probably going to be hanging out for like a little bit at least, so I'll have some time. So I wasn't getting them on camera, and I should have been. And then Brian went to go do some stuff. We kind of split up. I thought we were going to meet back up, and then they just kind of decided to go their separate ways. So now I'm back on my own. But I, had some good conversations with Brian. He's very knowledgeable about trains, so I was happy to get some information from him. And I totally get it. Traveling with people is like, it can be a little draining. So I totally get that, but I definitely should have at least had him say hi on camera. That's my bad, but we'll probably meet up at some point again in the future. But what about right now? What should I be doing right now? That's the question. So Tucson Gem Show's starting today, I think. So I do kind of want to go and see that. So I should probably hang out in Tucson for at least a little bit longer. I did get a new sleeping bag, which is now way better for the cold. I need to go buy a new tent, which is going to be another $30 or $40, I forget. But it's time to say goodbye to this one. It's just too old, it's full of holes, none of the zippers work. The whole thing. But I've been able to get the money together to do that, which is awesome. And I think I'm ready to start a new chapter. But I need to be careful about where I go from here. I'm starting to see why the Roadrunner is such a popular character. They are kind of everywhere out here. You just see them all over the place. They're kind of neat. Alright, well, I came up to this big shopping center over here thinking it looked like a big shopping center, so should be lots of people, and there is. But I tried to fly a sign yesterday and got nothing. I did get a donut, so that was nice. Not really worth an hour of sitting out on the highway though. So today, so I want to go, I picked this spot up north of Tucson that I want to go try and fly a sign at. But I can't do that until Monday because the buses don't run up there until Monday. So today's Sunday, I gotta wait a day. There is a Walmart south of here that I'm gonna go to and try and fly a sign there. I feel like this is gonna be the loop, but I am also thinking about going somewhere else. I was thinking about trying to go back over to New Mexico and finish what I said I was going to do over there. But it's just the constant problem is this money issue. So, and the cold issue. I was going to go up to Taos maybe, but it's still getting it's down to 17 at night there right now. So, yeah, maybe not. That might be a little bit colder than I want to go. So, I guess that's all I have to say. And I've been walking forever and this spot's totally fucking filled up, apparently. I don't know where I'm gonna go. So I've come up to Oro Valley, see if this might be a better place to make a little bit of money, and I think it might be. Got the medians and stuff. There's lots of traffic. We'll see. It's a little late right now, but also got some beautiful mountains out this way. Look at all that. Neat. Well, I woke up nice and early this morning to go outside and panhandle, and I was out there for about 30 minutes. I got stopped by the cops. No panhandling in this area. So I've been thinking maybe I'll try and hitchhike north a little bit. There's Catalina, it's pretty close by. I don't really know anything about any of these areas, but if I go quite a ways north, I get to Globe, which is an interesting little town up in the mountains. It's gonna be a little bit cooler there. It's actually been getting a little hot recently here in Tucson. It's hot and it's cold, it's yes and it's no, etc., etc. So I think I might just do that. Hopefully I can make some money there, but you never really know. I don't know. This panhandling thing is not really working out for me very well. People say people say you can make good money doing it, but I have yet to see any of that money, really. And these mountains are so cool. It's too bad this place is not gonna let me stick around. Alright, so I got a bus up to Catalina. This is Catalina. And I guess, I don't know. I guess the plan was to fly a sign, and up there at the light looks like the best place to do that. I don't really want to. I really hate flying signs, to be honest with you. It's what do they call it? Undignified? I don't know. They're not the exact right word, but it really sucks. I wish I had my ukulele. But if I want to be able to keep doing this, I gotta get used to it. Man, can't help but feel like I'm doing something wrong. I just, you know, I never really get anything out of this stuff. Been out here for like another hour in Catalina. Is my sign bad? Do I look too put together? Do I not look put together enough? Maybe it's just a bad place. You know, I'm kind of at the exit of this grocery store over here, but I think most of the people are just coming from down that road. Maybe it's just the wrong time. It's like 1 o'clock. Maybe it's just, you know, the afternoon's not a good time. Maybe it's a bad area. Maybe Catalina's just a little too, I don't know, uptight or something. Maybe it's some combination of those things, but I just have not gotten like any looks, anything. Like, I pretty much feel like I'm wasting my time out here. So to recap the last week or so of sign flying, spanging, Catalina, $1 in an hour and a half. Oro Valley, kicked out after 15 minutes. This shopping center right here, about like a little over $1 after an hour. And then this Walmart down here, every spot was taken, so I didn't even get to do anything. I guess Green Valley, I didn't end up spanging for that long. I got a job for $100 for like 4.5 hours of work, and then but then it took like a day, 2 days, basically a day and a half, because they drew me down and I spent the night there. So, like, you know, I don't know if the money's gonna get any better going up towards Globe. I hope it does. I hope somewhere along the way I get some money. You know, I wouldn't be opposed to working a little bit more. And I've got a bunch of rocks that I need to sell, but like half the rocks I got from this area, so they're not going to sell around here. I need to go somewhere else and sell them. The gem show, you know, you have to buy a ticket to get in, so like going in and seeing it seems like it's probably not going to happen. I was gonna just sit outside and try and sell my little rocks, but you know, it's probably illegal and might not work that well anyway. I am going to run a little experiment. I'm going to go back out to the same exact place where I was, which is this corner here, at 5 o'clock, because most people will be off work by 5. So I'm going to see if that might make the difference. You know, maybe just afternoons, you know, people are either on the clock or they're retired and they're doing something else, or, you know, they just are not willing to stop and give some money to a stranger. So maybe if I go out a little bit later, that'll change. We'll see. All right, I just did an hour from 4:30 to 5:30, and I made $25. So obviously, time of day does have an effect, possibly a very big one. So yeah, definitely the evenings are better, or at least it was here. It's hard to generalize these things, but that went really well. $25 is like pretty good for me, you know, based on what Brian was saying, like that's a pretty mid day of flying a sign. But for me, $25, hey, I made a profit. I only spent like $8 on food today. So yeah, that's awesome for me. That's gonna keep me going for a little bit. Hopefully get some good money up in Globe too. You know, it's a new paradigm. That's a new way of thinking for me. But it's definitely like the difference in my mental between this afternoon and this evening was night and day. It's so much easier to stand out there for an hour when you're actually making money. And you know, as a percentage, I don't know, maybe like 5% of the people that stopped gave me anything, but that still feels a lot better than 0. And you can still see people, certain people, like kind of scowling and making gestures, not at me, but probably about me. But that seemed like not the majority, so that's good. It's an overall pretty positive experience. When you're flying signs and it's going well, it's a positive experience. When you're flying signs and it's not going well, it's a very negative experience. So, you know, as with a lot of things in my life, it's just kind of feast or famine. Alright, so that's going to be it for this video. Yeah, kind of entering a new era here. Trying some different stuff out. Trying to be a little more self-sufficient, not rely on YouTube so much. And it's going okay so far, I guess. Ups and downs. But in the next video I do a little bit more hitchhiking, just go on a little bit of an adventure here, and yeah, look forward to that one. So without further ado, the donations. I've got $25 from Jeff. Said, hope you're doing well, Ross. I caught up on some of your videos today. Hope you have a great 2025. Happy belated Christmas and New Year's. Safe travels, Jeff. Thank you very much, Jeff. And then another donation from Jeff for $10. Said, if you go find the short on YouTube titled Nomad Bound by me, Big Bend Blues, I made a song inspired by you, Woody Guthrie and Bob Dylan. It has the lyrics in the description. If you like it, it might be a cool one to perform. Take care again, Ross. Jeff. Thank you. I actually have not checked that out yet. I should. I will do that after I finish recording this. Unfortunately, you know, as you saw in this video, I broke my ukulele. So I need to get that replaced at some point, and it's going to take a while because I'm going to have to basically spange the money for that. As you will note in this donation reading, Ernest has stopped with his $300 donations, which is totally fine. Like I said at the end of the quartzite video, I believe, I read out one of his donations, and I just said, you know, hey, I know you're going to stop at some point, and I'm trying to prepare for that, which I have been, as evidenced in this video. So, yeah, doing a lot more sign flying, a lot less relying on donations. What was my point on that? I guess basically just that I'm going to have to spange up that money for the new ukulele. But once I get that new ukulele, I will check out your song and I will see if I can play a version of it and send it to you. So thank you, Jeff, for a total of $35 there. Then I have $20 from Ken. He said, sorry, long time no donation. Peace. Thank you very much, Ken. I appreciate it. Never any pressure, obviously. Donate whenever you want. But I do appreciate it. And then I have $10 from Gary S., who said, best wishes and safe travels, my friend. Thank you very much. And I will look to see if you've made a comment on the videos, but I won't include that in this section here. And then $1 from Jose Sanders. And I really don't have to read that out because that was more of a personal thing, but me and Jose have met up like yesterday, basically, and we're going to be traveling together for a little bit, not too long really, but he is a train hopper and traveler, and he has a YouTube channel, Jose Sanders Journeys, I believe is what it is. But you'll see more of that coming up soon. So that is it for the donations. Thank you everybody who donated, and I hope everybody has a great day. See you next time.